Alright, it's part 4. Japan's turn. The UK did pretty good. I didn't take this over. We totally killed each other, but my plane survived. So I didn't take it over, but I did kill his troops. So now he's hurting. He can either use his 5 infantry right there to go for China against my 2 infantry and 2 fighters. He can pull in a bomber and this fighter, and maybe some of these fighters down here from this aircraft can reach it, and they'll be able to land over here. He can take out this cruiser, transport, this transport. He has no destroyer, so he can't really touch that sub right now. He definitely wants to go after Pearl Harbor. So, like I said, what I do is I'll pull in this cruiser and aircraft carrier with this 1 fighter and this sub right here. And I also pull in this battleship up here. That way, if I do get hit back by this fighter, I can just take the hit on the battleship and nothing dies. I also bring this other fighter up here in Japan down. That way, when it's all said and done, I'll have an aircraft carrier with 2 fighters, a cruiser, and a battleship all right here. That way, America can't counterattack with the battleship that's right here, the fighter, and the fighter that's actually in Hawaii. So you could have, 2 fighters and a battleship attack me back if I was pretty weak right there after that battle. But if you bring the battleship and that extra fighter, you're never going to be weak. So you really won't be able to do that counterattack. Basically, with Japan, you want to pick up all these infantry on all these islands, turn by turn. So generally, what I do is I'll buy like 2 or 3 transports on the first turn, depending if this one died, which it did. So now I'd at least buy 2. You have 1 up here, so that'll be a total of 3. I'll start unloading troops here into Asia, but also I'll start, picking up these troops. What I like to do is if I have a transport here, I'll move here, pick up the 2 from Philippines, and then I'll move down here and unload. So, basically you want to keep doing moves like that, picking up 2 infantry and unloading them somewhere. You've got to get all these infantry to Asia. Australia and New Zealand aren't that important, neither is Hawaii. Only if you're dominating should you go for those. But really you want to get a foothold into Asia and help out against Russia, or make Russia at least worry about the East. And since I built a factory there in India, you definitely want to get a foothold in Asia, where the British is going to be building 3 tanks, or a couple infantry and a tank and some fighters or whatnot. I could even build a navy, another fleet down here, little by little, if he leaves me alone. But yeah, you got to get those troops off the islands. It's very important. And you gotta, once you get a foothold into Asia, you want to throw a factory here and a factory here in these 2 3s. And if you really, got a lot of money and you're really dominating, when you do get to this point, and you say you'll be up through here with Japan, you'll be to here, and you'll be pushing this back, that's really when you're dominating. You can even throw a factory right here, a lot of people do, in this 2, and start building at least 2 tanks. You can get to the point now that India does have a factory. If you never capture that and you build your other 2 factories, you can be building like 9 tanks. You'll be having the IPCs because you'll own all this. You'll be able to build 9 tanks per turn and flood them into Asia. And Russia will not be able to withstand that. So anyway,